All right, so today we're doing April Raves and Rejects. These are really like March and April. I usually do them every couple months. Don't even remember if we did a February. I think I did a current favorites or something, but I'll link the last one I did down below. But these are my favorites and least favorites from the last couple months. Side note, I am dealing with like an email situation right now, so I'm a little frazzled, and I've tried to start filming this like 4 times this morning, and it's now 3 o'clock. Also, oh hello, I'm in Chicago. I realize you're gonna be seeing this video before any other vlogs or whatever, but I do have a Seattle vlog coming, and then Chicago vlog will of course be coming as well. Chicago apartment tour, it'll all be coming. I'm here for a month in Chicago and I'm very excited about it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Everything I talk about in today's video will be listed down below in the description box if you want to check anything out. Let's go. So since I finished my Supergoop glow screen, I have 2 other things of SPF to go through, and since I've been tanning and finished up the Supergoop glow screen, this is what I've been using every single day, and I've just totally re-fallen in love with this. It's the Elastin Skincare SPF 36 Hydra Tint Sunscreen. Basically, this is a beautiful, like creamy tinted SPF that just makes your skin naturally look so freaking good. Like you can't really tell you have makeup on even though it is tinted. I feel like it's like, you know, not every day when you like walk outside and someone's like, whoa, your skin looks good. But whenever I wear this, like whether I'm in a doctor's office or with a friend or with family in San Diego, like whoever it was, whenever I have this on just by itself, I get complimented on my skin because I think it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup. Like people literally think your skin is just that smooth and like pretty looking. One thing I don't like about this is I was wearing this last summer as well. Like I've been using this product for a long time now, but since I've been tanning, it's back in my routine because it is tinted and it's too dark when I don't have tanner on. That is a downside. Like there's one shade of this. The idea with most tinted SPFs is not that it's supposed to be like the only product that you put on, like a tinted moisturizer kind of thing, but more it doesn't have a white cast. Like they add the tint to counteract the white cast. I get it, like most people would be putting something over top of this, but because this actually has like pretty good coverage, I would say it's actually like low, medium coverage, highlight coverage. Because of that, I feel like they should come out with just like a bunch of shades of this and almost turn it into like a glowy tinted moisturizer kind of thing. Dude, AC, I turned you off. Why are you on? Oh my God, that was a project. Okay, got it off. Hopefully it stays off. Anyways, the one downside with this is if you are gonna be wearing it in the summer, like go into the water or heavily sweating, it does cause like white droplets kind of wherever you have water or sweat. So I wouldn't wear this one in water. I didn't do this today because I wanted to put a more like full coverage foundation over top today to have that kind of look. But what I've been doing is putting this on and then just putting a little bit of the Rare Beauty tinted moisturizer over top just to kind of like lock it in, even everything out, but still look natural. And these two together are really pretty. But today, if you're curious what I have on over top, I mixed the Dior Forever Matte Foundation with the Turn Up the Base concealer in medium dark 3. I just use this to darken whatever foundation I'm wearing if I have tanner on, but I really like the combo of all of these together. I feel like it looks like very smooth, flawless. So everything is working together today, but I normally wouldn't, like if I was going in with this, normally I wouldn't use the Elastin SPF on this kind of day. I would just put on like a clear SPF underneath and then go in with foundation. So this is more something that I wear on its own. Next up, we have a hair product. I have a few hair products this time around, but this stuff, whoa, Bedhead TG After Party. It's a smoothing cream. This is cheapest to get on Amazon. It goes down to 10 bucks on Amazon. One of you commented saying this is like a questionable looking bottle sitting on your bathroom counter, and yeah, I see it now. It's weird. On the back of here, it says to smooth on dry hair. I've been putting this on damp hair and I feel like it works amazing. I actually did try it on dry hair the other day, but I think just like don't follow the directions. Put this on damp hair before you style it. Oh man, it makes your hair so soft. There's an office building right across that I'm looking into right now, and I thought I only saw one person there this morning, and I'm just realizing there's about 15 people that can fully see in here. So hello, as I'm holding up this questionable looking thing. Okay, are they doing like an office tour or what? Now there's like a whole giant group of people walking in. If you put this on damp hair, style your hair, I spray in another thing, which I'll talk about. Actually, let's just talk about it now. Using this in combination with the Eva NYC Main Magic 10-in-1 Primer, this stuff is so good. It is a heat protectant, but it also adds a ton of shine and is just good for your hair. It has argan oil, sunflower seed oil. This smells incredible. A lot of the Eva NYC products have like the amber undertone, which smells exactly like the Amika products, which are my favorite hair smelling products besides IGK. IGK and Amika, best scented hair products out there. but Eva NYC, a lot of theirs smell exactly the same, so I love the scent of this. I also love that it helps with frizz. It is basically like a form of a spray oil, but using this when my hair is damp with this over top is just such a good combo for frizz. If I'm styling my hair smooth, it makes my hair so soft, and I definitely notice a difference with this stuff added in. Of course, you saw this coming, the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. I feel like raving about this in pretty much every video in the last like couple months since I started using this. It is incredible. It's marketed as a powder foundation, but you can use powder foundations in any way that you want to, because basically they're just more pigmented powders. So if you're someone who likes to add coverage onto your face with a powder, like you don't like using a translucent powder, you can use powder foundations. You just have to find a formula of one that you like that looks, you know, nice and smooth on your face basically. So I use this in a few different ways. First of all, the shade I have is 150C. I feel like that's a good tone where if I have tanner on like this, I can use this for an under eye powder, or if my skin is more fair, that's what I can use as just like an all over powder. Basically, this is a high coverage. I think it looks super blurring. On my skin, it totally like smooths out my pores, gives this like very soft matte finish. It just is like a nice like blurred matte kind of finish. And there's something about this powder, no matter where I'm using it, underneath my eyes like I did today. By the way, when I was doing the application clips for this, my under eye powder brush was fully wet and I didn't realize that. So that's what that reaction is. So if my skin's looking like a little bit too textured or too glowy, I'll add this over top, usually like around my pores right here and then on my chin. And it just friggin' smooth things out, and it's also adding some coverage. So all around, I've been in love with this powder. Okay, I forgot to mention with the e.l.f. powder, if I do use this as a powder foundation, one of my favorite ways to wear this is with the Bliss Block Star. I've talked about this SPF a lot in the past. This one is much more of a matte finish than the last in. This is more of like a soft matte, also adds coverage. Beautiful. This one is great in water. It's super waterproof, but this one also has this like very pretty blurring kind of finish. So if you apply this and then just go over top with this as a powder foundation, I showed this in a vlog, but whoa, it looked like airbrush smooth. My mom commented on it, lasts well. So if you like a total matte finish and you're looking for like a good summer combo, these two together are super pretty. I have two standout cream bronzers that I've been using. Let's start off with this one. It's the Half Caked Morning View. So I did a whole video testing indie makeup brands. That's where I discovered this product. It is just such a beautiful undertone. It doesn't look too orange. I can use this on my fair skin or tan skin. The thing with this formula that you have to be aware of though is that it's very tacky. Like it's not one that's gonna dry down. It definitely has like a tacky kind of feel to it. So I like using this on days where maybe I have just like the Elastin SPF on and then I just want to bronze up, but I want my skin to look super natural and glowy. This adds a lot of glow. You could set it with a powder. I usually don't because it doesn't bother me, but the color is like the standout about this, and the finish. It gives you this like dewy glass skin kind of finish. If you like a matte bronzer, you will not like this. I would say this is like a perfect summery kind of cream bronzer where you just want to throw something on and like run out the door. I've talked about this a lot in videos as well, but this is the AOA Top Secret Concealer in the shade Amber. So this is technically a potted concealer from AOA. It's about $1. I don't recommend this at all as concealer. Like the actual formula of their Top Secret concealer is horrible as concealer. It looks really bad under the eyes. I tried like the lighter shade for under my eyes. Don't get it for concealer, only get this if you're gonna be trying it as a cream bronzer. Because it's a concealer, it does have some coverage. So I like that for applying to my cheeks because it just adds a little bit more coverage there. It's what I have on today. It is a drier formula, but I don't find that it's hard to blend out on my face. Like it's not too dry, but again, I love the tone of it. It just looks very natural without looking orangey. It gives you like a nice tan if you're around my skin tone without being too orange. And the finish of this is definitely more matte. So if you don't like the idea of a glowy bronzer, you might like this one better, and it's literally a couple dollars. And this person is looking straight in here. Hello, ma'am. We are talking about cream bronzers. Good. Speaking of AOA, I have a bunch of videos, by the way, testing AOA makeup. I have a lot of favorites from them, but they just make some really good affordable stuff. So this is a little facial razor. This though is much more like long and sharp than other facial razors I have. Like if you've tried the little tinkle razors from Amazon, listen, this thing is like legit. It is like a little bit heavier. It's kind of like a more sharp razor, but I've never cut my face with it. So I think it just works great as a facial razor. If you have a lot of peach fuzz, this just gets it off. Again, around $1. Okay, these things I wear literally every single day. Mostly the black one, especially if I'm going out, I'll wear the black one. But if I'm just like around the house, I'll wear the gold one. But these are Kish scrunchies, and the thing with the black one that I love is if you have black hair, this basically just makes your bun look super voluminous. It's like hard to distinguish what's the scrunchie and what's your hair. So if you're putting your hair in like a top bun, it just looks so cute, or even low bun. I love how friggin' massive these are. These are huge scrunchies. You get them together, so you can't just choose one. They come in a 2-pack on Amazon, and you can hand wash these. And they're silk, so they're not gonna like tug at your hair or anything. I don't think I've ever filmed with this much of an audience. Also, I'm like not wearing a bra and I'm just sitting on my bed right now, so this looks questionable. My go-to primer combo, I love that these also just like happen to match and look very cute together, but this is the NYX Marshmallow Primer and the Revolution Line Fix Under Eye Primer. So this is a face primer. This is an under eye primer, like before you put on concealer. I'm specifically mentioning these two together because this one on its own can be a little bit finicky. If you have more of like a tacky base, this won't go over top well. I have a lot of under eye creases. It's just hard to avoid product creasing if you have lines under there. But this does something, you guys. I feel like it makes my concealer last longer and also just look slightly more smooth under there. But you can get some weird distinction in like clinging. If you're using this on top of a tacky primer, you definitely need to have like a smooth base underneath to then put this product on over top and like smooth on, if that makes sense. So I just find that these two work super well together. This one grew on me. At first I was like, okay, it's a primer, it's fine. The reason why I like this one is because it's not super dewy, it's not super matte, it is moisturizing, it doesn't feel drying at all, and it's not a silicone feel. So it's just like a good everyday wear with whatever the heck kind of foundation or product you have on kind of primer. And I do feel like the days that I wear this, I feel like my makeup just looks a little bit better throughout the day. Could be psychological, I don't know, but I do find that this does a little bit of something. So if you're just looking for a good everyday, non-finicky kind of primer, I do really like this, especially in combination with this guy. I don't even know how I'm gonna like go through these in a timely manner because I have a lot to talk about here. But basically the last couple months for me were the months of excessive amounts of lip products. Okay, these are all new. I picked up a lot of these during the Sephora sale. These are the ones that I'm like not crazy about, that I'm not gonna be talking about. And then I discovered a lot of lip products that I am in love with. I am on just like a lip kick right now. I love a good pinky nude lip, and I love finding like combinations that just work really well together. So I'm gonna fly through these. Let's start off with the glosses and then we'll get into the liners. Does that make sense? Yeah, let's do that. So actually 3 of these are drugstore. These ones are all under $10. One of them is even $1.50. And then we have one high-end one, but they're all different, okay? They're all special in their own way. So let's start off with the drugstore ones. First off, we have Milani. This is the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in the shade Soft Rose. I have a newfound appreciation for makeup shopping in person because typically like the last few years, I never would go into like Ulta, Sephora, rarely in person. I would always just buy stuff online and like guess. But you know what? I really appreciate walking through a store and being able to see the color, because 2 of these I saw in store Walmart and I was like, oh my God, these are my kind of shades, man. And a lot of the times the shades just look totally different online, you know how it is. So if you want a neutral, leaning more cool tone gloss that you can put over like any kind of nude, this is so pretty. It is more of like a pigmented gloss. It's comfortable on the lips and it smells like mint, which I love because it is supposed to be like plumping. I don't find that it's like, you know, it's not one of those uncomfortable plumping glosses or anything, but I love the big applicator on here. Super pretty color. I love pairing this with more like brown or cool toned liners. I have a combo that I really like. Actually, most of these I can use like interchangeably with different liners to get a look, but my favorite way to use this one is with Huda Beauty Lip Contour in the shade Honey Beige. These two together are so pretty. I took a photo the other day, so I'll pop it in here. I love the Huda Beauty liners. They're super long lasting and they're just like very creamy, but Honey Beige has been a go-to. This one I'll use with either of these as well. Sephora Dress to the 90s lip liner. I love the Sephora lip liner. I have it in a few other shades, but it is more of a like all over satin finish. It's definitely not like a typical lip liner. It kind of just feels like more of a lipstick, honestly, but in like lip liner form. So this one's not as long lasting. But then the Patrick Ta She's Bold lip liner is what I have on today. This one is really pretty for more neutral cool tone looks. Typically I don't use a lipstick. I'll just put on a lip liner, put it all over, and then put a gloss over top, or like layer some stuff. And then if I'm going for like the pink route, a lip liner I've been loving is the Cheekbone Sustain Lips in the shade Sand. This one has like an elf tea rose kind of color, so it does have more of like a pink undertone. Or I'll use, of course, Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. Don't get it twisted. I haven't forgotten about Iconic Nude, okay? But let me talk about the two drugstore ones first. So AOA Full Lips Plumping Lip Gloss, have it on today in the shade Light Pink. Wow, I love this stuff. Out of any of these, this is the pinkest, like it is a little bit of a darker pink color than these two. It's not as much of a baby doll kind of pink, but this on its own is so beautiful. I don't think this is like a plumping gloss, but I think it does give your lips the appearance of looking really plump. So it's like a smoothing plumping gloss, if that makes sense. It is on the stickier side compared to the other two formulas, but I don't find that it's like uncomfortable sticky at all. And I do feel like this one lasts really well because of that. Not my favorite scent. Smells like strawberry, but I don't notice it at all once it's like actually on my lips. But if you love pink glosses, this is a good one to check out. It's super affordable. And then we have Hard Candy Plumping Serum Voluminizing Lip Gloss. This one's in the shade Pink Teddy. And this is one of those glosses that has such a pretty reflect. It is light pink, so it does like lighten your lips, but it also gives this really pretty shine. My mom actually went out to get this afterwards because she liked it so much. Let's add a little bit on right now. I don't have a mirror. Look at that. It smells like vanilla. It's nice and lightweight. And I feel like if this was in like a high-end brand packaging, people would be obsessed with this. It's so pretty. And then love of my life, the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. This stuff is beautiful. This is in the shade Daisy Pink. I did a TikTok on this. This is like true baby pink color. I love the applicator on this. It has this like interesting shape where it just like hugs your lips. See how it's like curved like that? So it feels so cool going on. Smells very strawberry-y, so I don't love the scent. I wish this was just like a minty scent, but again, once it's on, I don't notice it, so it's fine. Love the packaging. The only thing is I feel like, let's actually check how much product is in here because I feel like I'm going through this very fast. So this has 0.11 fluid ounces of product. Let's see what the Hard Candy has. This has the same, 0.10. Milani has 0.13. Okay, so it seems standard. I just feel like I'm going through this very quick, and it's weird because a lot of you guys too in comments have said the same thing. So I don't know why that is. If you are on a budget and you don't want to splurge on like a high-end lip gloss, I think you can definitely get a very similar effect with these two, even like mixing these two. But there's something about this. I keep this in my purse. These two I love on their own. So I typically always throw in one of these in my purse because I don't feel like I need to like touch up with the liner. I can just throw this over top. This one is really pretty if you have no makeup on as well, but all of these have just been 10 out of 10. And then today I actually did put on a pink lipstick underneath. So I don't know what the heck these are called. They're not on here. It's a Sephora brand. I want to say it was around like $12. I have L28, which is like the pink shade, and then L21, which is like the nude shade. Basically, these are like very creamy tinted lip balms. I still do think Glossier Lucite is like my #1 as far as like tinted lip balm kind of lipstick. And the shade, the formula, everything, like that's just, it's my #1. But this one is a little bit cheaper and you get a similar kind of look with this, and I have been using it a lot, so I wanted to mention it. I also do like the nudie shade. I just usually reach for more pinks. Okay, last hair product, another Eva NYC one. Been loving their stuff. This is the Freshen Up Invisible Dry Shampoo. I lost my cap a couple cities ago, don't know where it is. This smells so good. It smells like amber, vanilla, argan oil. It actually has argan oil in here, which that seems kind of like counterintuitive to a dry shampoo, but obviously it works and I like it. Yes, the scent is incredible, but it also works very well on my hair. When you first spray this out, you will see some white. Don't freak out, it rubs away very easily. It's not like one of those white dry shampoos where you have to spend 20 minutes trying to like zhuzh it out of your hair and then you just have like this white cast if you have dark hair. This one like fully goes in and becomes invisible. It says it's powered by rice starch, argan oil, and plant protein. It's vegan, cruelty free. Definitely does freshen up my hair, and it's a drugstore dry shampoo. So the self tanner I have on right now is actually one that I tried for the first time last night, so I'm not talking about this one right now, but the tanner that I do want to mention that I have talked about in the past but that I totally fell in love with is the Ulta brand self tanner. You guys, the color of this one, I've been trying tanners out the wazoo the last couple months. I was trying a bunch of different ones when I was at home in San Diego with my parents for that month. And so I was always like getting their feedback on it too. Some of them were wild, okay? It was looking a little Oompa Loompa in some of them. And I always know when one looks good when my dad comments on it because that's rare. And the Ulta brand self tanner, is dad approved, okay? I don't follow instructions. I leave it on overnight. So for me, my top 3 tanners are the Bondi Sands Aero if I want a dark tan. If I want a dark tan, that's my favorite. I'll link all these down below. I don't have them here because I can only travel with one at a time here, trying to keep the suitcase weight low. That's the one I recommend if you're looking for like a dark tanner. But if you have fair skin and you're looking for a tanner that does give you like decent color, definitely, you know, you're still looking tan, but it's not like, whoa, you're looking real tan. The Ulta brand self tanner and the Naturina self tanner from Amazon, both are incredible if you leave them on overnight. Don't listen to the instructions. The Naturina one I think is lighter than the Ulta. The Ulta gives me a little bit more color left on overnight, and both of them just have the prettiest, most natural looking undertone. Doesn't look orange. The Ulta one I just like fell in love with. It doesn't streak. It's like the perfect amount of tan for me, like the perfect level of tan. And the color is just so freaking good. For me, usually by like the 4th, 5th day is when I have to really like scrub everything off and redo it because it just starts looking like patchy or scaly or whatever. And the way I get off my tanner is by using the Bondi Sands Self Tan Eraser. Love this stuff. Leave it on for 10 minutes and then you have to really scrub. I'll leave the scrubbing mitt I use down below. It's from Amazon. The tanner I'm trying right now is the St. Moriz Dark Tanner from Ulta. It's super affordable. I don't know, let me know what you guys think, but I think the color looks pretty good. Looks very even on my legs. When I woke up, I was a little scared because the color guard was looking wild, but once I rinsed it off, like, I think it looks actually pretty good. All right, standout highlighter, Discovery. I've just been keeping it in here because I don't have like a big pan, you know, magnetic palette that I'm traveling with right now. It's a Sydney Grace highlighter in Satin Kicks. Holy shitsies, you guys. This thing is unreal. You can use it as eyeshadow or as a face highlight and it just gives the prettiest glow. It is intense, especially if you use it with like a brush like this. You could use it with a fluffier brush to kind of sheer it out a little bit. It doesn't look like super textured. It gives that like really beaming, beautiful, intense kind of highlight. I feel like this is so underrated. This is an indie makeup brand I discovered through that video and I just used it with the ColourPop F24 brush. Had to mention this as well if you've been watching my vlogs, you know, but the Sydney Grace Summer Days palette. This one just really surprised me because looking at the colors in the pan, it's not a palette that I would like typically gravitate towards just because I don't usually use like a lot of mauves on a day-to-day basis, but they do look different on my actual eyes than it does in the pan. And there's something about the tones of these that really make my eyes pop. I love the shade S'mores. My kind of like go-to thing is what I did today. I just wanted to do my makeup how I've like been doing it on day-to-day basis so you can see when I use this palette, but I just love putting this shade S'mores all over the lid and then I'll put some of the matte shades in the crease. The formula of these are 10 out of 10. Last makeup favorite. This is a mascara that has totally grown on me. I liked it when I first started using it, but I didn't know if it was something that I liked enough to where I felt like I would have to repurchase it. And now that I'm like running out of this, I do feel like I want to repurchase it. It's the Flower Beauty Lash Warrior Mascara. This is a curling mascara. This gives some good curl to my lashes. It doesn't flake off. And what I really like is that I can wear this mascara when I don't have liner on because it really gets my outer lashes good. And for me, some mascaras, like I almost feel like if I'm not wearing liner, it looks better on my eye shape to not wear mascara. Let me know if anyone else feels like that. I have been really liking the look of just like a little shadow and mascara, no eyeliner lately. I feel like it looks like more natural when I have the tanner on. It is rubber bristles and it has this like interesting curved kind of shape to it. I just find that it grips my lashes good. I do 2 coats of this. I don't feel like I need to layer it with anything else. And I've just been really liking this to the point where, yeah, I would definitely repurchase this once I run out. Before we get into the rejects, I have a few non-beauty favorites for you. The first is this top. So this was from Yes Style. And basically, I don't love wearing tank tops. I just don't love them. But if it's hot, you know, sometimes you don't want to be wearing like a full-blown shirt. And I do like the look of like the crop top with like shorts, but I don't know. I just like to be a little bit more covered. So this is perfect if you're someone who is like that because it's sheer and it's super lightweight. Also good for traveling because of that. But you can just throw it on top of anything, a dress, a crop top, whatever. And it just like covers you up a little bit. But it is more of like an oversized kind of fit. And I just find that it's super cute with so many different things. I wore this a ton in Miami. It's a really good like versatile travel kind of piece as well. Okay, big winner this month. I'm looking at my notes here. Big winner was the Zero Tequila and Mix. So basically I like nailed down a no alcohol spicy margarita. I did an Instagram reel on it, so if you want to know exactly what I do of each quantity and stuff after I like perfected the recipe, that's what I did in San Diego, perfected a spicy margarita. So I'll link that reel down below, but basically this brand Ritual makes like tequila, rum, gin. I haven't tried their other stuff, I've just tried the non-alcoholic tequila, but it tastes in mixed drinks pretty friggin' close. It's hard to find good non-alcoholic drinks. There's good no alcohol beer, but there's not good non-alcoholic wine, and like other things, it's just harder to find good stuff that like tastes legit. I'm telling you, this tequila mixed in, do the recipe that I did, tastes probably the closest you'll get to like an actual margarita. And on that video, some people just like couldn't fathom, couldn't comprehend why you would want a non-alcoholic margarita. Not everyone can drink alcohol for different reasons, but I still love the taste of alcohol. It's funny because I feel like some people drink alcohol not for the taste and just to get drunk, but then like I really love the taste of alcohol. I just can't drink a lot of it. This is like a good workaround where you can still get the taste of it if you like the taste, but there's no alcohol. Is that everything? Yes. Okay, let's get into rejects. These are the products that were a big thumbs down for me the last couple months. So I'm not including the ones that I talked about in my last speed reviews video. I definitely had a lot of rejects, but I touched on some of those in the speed reviews videos. Okay, let's start off with, literally in my notes right now, it says that skin tint shit. Yeah, this skin tint, I gave like my mini review on Instagram stories for this, but if you don't follow me on there, wow, this is probably one of the most high-priced, worthless items I've ever come across. I understand the concept. It's supposed to be like the Chanel. This looked like nothing on my skin, like actual nothing. It gave a glow, but I would say this had like not even sheer coverage. I found that this had pretty much no color to it once you actually like blend it out. It gave a glow, but you can achieve a glow with the drugstore products. It didn't give enough tint to where I would ever wear it on its own. If I want a glowy base, there are so many other ways to achieve that without spending whatever this was, $40, $50. This product blew up on TikTok, and I just would say just all around pass on this one, save your money. Next up, Old Spice Zero. Unfortunately, that did not work at all on me. I love Old Spice. I switch between Old Spice and Secret. If I use one for too long, my body gets like used to it, so I'll usually switch back and forth. But the Old Spice Zero was a new release from them. I got like the coffee, I think it's coffee eucalyptus scent. Like the scent of it, but the actual deodorant just did not work at all for me. I always, you know, I try the zero aluminum, I try the natural thing. When I tell you it's a no, like it was rough, okay? Everyone's body's different. Some people can like very easily do natural deodorant. I've tried native, I've tried all of them. I don't know why I keep trying. It's a no. I know your body has to get used to it, but like I don't think you understand. I'm just not that kind of gal that can do natural deodorants. Next up is this ColourPop palette. And obviously I'm traveling right now, so the things I don't like, I can't bring with me. I just don't have that much room, and I'm trying to keep the weight low. But this ColourPop palette, I was actually really bummed by because I love the shades, the Twist of Slate palette. I love cool tones. I thought this was gonna be perfect because it's small. I was like, yay, I'll have a small, perfect cool toned palette. I don't know, this one like really fell short for me, which ColourPop palettes usually don't. I feel like their formulas are usually pretty consistent across their palettes, but this one I just found looked pretty patchy. Matte shades, and then the shimmers were just like a little bit unimpressive. They were just a little bit dry feeling. I don't know, I just felt like something was different with this palette that's not normal for ColourPop. I love the shades, so it's unfortunate, but yeah, it just looked very patchy every time I used it. And then I have two concealer rejects. So the KVD Good Apple Concealer, this is another TikTok viral kind of thing. I don't understand the hype of this one personally at all. I do like the little doe foot on this guy, cute little tiny doe foot. Every time I've tried this, it just doesn't look good under my eyes, looks too dry. I just have better, you know, drugstore concealers I would reach for over this. I also don't feel like it's like crazy coverage. And then the other concealer reject was the Rose Ink Concealer, which that one is very well loved. I didn't hate the Rose Ink one. For me, it didn't have enough coverage. I feel like it was closer to like medium coverage. It was like very creamy, hydrating, but sometimes those formulas can just crease a little bit too much on me because they don't dry down. They just kind of like stay too creamy. I just didn't love the coverage of this one, and it was just very, very average to me. Like I wouldn't recommend it. So those are all my raves and rejects for the last couple months. Again, I talked about a lot of stuff in the speed reviews video, so I'll leave my last speed reviews down below. And also my last current favorites, I will link down below. Earrings, nails, shirt, jewelry, watch, everything else is listed down below. This is, oh yes, Apple Watch. Didn't mention that as a favorite because I've like talked your ear off about it in vlogs, but Apple Watch has definitely been a favorite the last couple months. I feel like I've been walking more and I'm competing with myself. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Anytime you thumbs up a video or comment down below, it does help me out, so thank you. I'm excited to be in Chicago. I'm excited for Chicago vlogs. Let me know what you want to see. If you live in Chicago, definitely please give me recommendations down below on where I should go, what restaurants to try. If you want to follow along in like slightly more real time, you can follow me on Instagram. It's at Taylor Wynn. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye. Really glad that now as I'm finished filming, there's no one in the office.